Hey guys, welcome to episode number 28. Actually, no, episode 29, I'm sorry. Episode number 29 this week, guys, of Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. I know it's been like another week since we haven't done, another live stream here today, but, not to have anything replace, not to have anything go on unprepared or pretty much unquestionable today. Um, guys, it's King and Luckiest Man. What this is your king and your luckiest man, Zach Dawson, by the way. Um, Today's date, it is May 13th. Actually, no, not May 13th. Today is May 14th, 2025. Actually, not 2025. Just a little bit tired today. But today, guys, it is May 14th, 2026. Well, loves Hana, Mega Love shout out. Thank you so much for coming back to this live stream. Thank you so much. But other than that, guys, had a good night's sleep every morning. I tackle something that was a little more active this week. Not to have anything go the way it should be planned. The other ones should be taken care of, or pretty much to be aware. But other than that, guys, how you guys doing this morning? We're gonna be tackling, guys. I repeat, we're gonna be doing Belia's Swale today, so that way we can get a bit of the story and not to really have less knowledge. Now, if you guys recall, we're gonna be rescuing somebody today too. Let's name a few. No, as far as anything else, tackled Chief yesterday. It was King Guys and the Luckiest Man. I thought Chief overall was good. Here's the thing. I know I'm a little bit tired here and there, but I will say Chief yesterday was good. Oh, hey, brother Nebs. Long time no see, my good friend. How's it going today? Thank you also for returning to the live stream. You see, I haven't run into my brother Naps in a while.
It's time.
And it's pretty much been quite some time since he hasn't been coming to the live stream since, even if he's busy, if he's resting, if he's doing something to separate the men from the boys. I mean, that's heard me right. We're actually rescuing Agrius today, so. Well, the good thing is, the way I've been doing stuff at Chief, which I'm pretty sure you guys should know by now, as King and Luckiest Man. I've been having a mini pattern on my hands this week. You see, this past Sunday, I was sorry, I couldn't get the words out today, but this past Sunday, Chief Management meeting guys, my two good gentlemen, Nick and Pete, they actually wanted me to cover a 9 to 2 shift for a carry out this past Sunday during Mother's Day in the morning. So I'm like, well, if we're looking to allow that, that's 20 hours right there. Pretty much set in stone, and pretty much thoughts and prayers off the bat. So during that time, it's favorable, and we pretty much see it as it is. More money that's coming to us, whatever job we're working at. If we're absolutely getting enough hours to squeeze in. So ever since this past Sunday, I covered her and did a 9 to 2 this past Monday, and then 2 to 7 yesterday, which my ass has been a little bit not squeezed to heaven, guys, or not squeezed to death, but I've been putting plenty of the work in this week. So Chief was good yesterday. I get to relax today. I go back tomorrow. It's 2 to 7. Then I get to do a little more something fun, which I'll tell you guys later on today, since I'm off this coming Saturday. But not just this coming Saturday, but also, I'll also be off Sunday since Love for 9 of our future, my future fiance's got something going on this coming Sunday after church, so that's the main thing. So guys, we're gonna get into rescuing Agrius today, so. But today's date, guys, I repeat, today's May 14th, 2020, 6. Food court, what are you doing, partner? I would assume you're from Brother Village King, if I'm right. That's the only one I can think of. Just a company. Whatever it could be. Or no thriller. Alright guys, we're gonna start with Masquering Agrius today. So, this dialogue kicks off with a man's voice trying to chase her down. And the man actually does state the following. So what you got to sell off, Gosling? Won't do to hide. So Agrius comes out, and we're running into, you know, I mean, as you guys can see, we're looking at people from Lionel Castle. So we'll have 2 knights, 2 archers, 2 black mages. So the Lionel knight actually states, either you come along quietly now, or we pretty much take the electricity and take you out. So Agrius has no words for him. He does not. And Agrius calls for her name.
Lady Agrius is beset! To arms!
So the good thing is, guys, we get to have Agrius help us out. Not only we get to help her out, guys, but we get to protect her, and just like Mystadio, we actually get to have her as a playable character. So that's a good thing. But yeah, good TP yesterday. And not to replace the men from the boys or anything. Or pretty much go empty-handed. So guys, we're going to jump into these characters also today. So we're going to be starting with one of the few enemies. So one of the enemies we have here. We got about 6 enemies that are looking to kill Agrius. Make a, what do you call it? Try to make Agrius mind controlled. But we're looking to avoid that from happening. So as you guys can see, let's start with the very first knight this morning. This first knight's name is Confas. Now Confas is pronounced C-O-N-P-H-A-S. Now what he actually has between left to right, between equipment, and you talk about just having a few abilities. It's a health benefit your health and enough to protect. So as you guys can see, this knight has Kel's sword, 2 golden armor, a plate mail to go with it. So he's got enough insurance. So on and so forth, guys. You also have an archer. Her name is Evelyn. Now what she actually has is, if she wants to do something with her equipment, she can do that. She's got a lightning bow, a wizard's hat, and wizard clothing. But not to mention, guys, she also has a soda cape. So I don't believe there's bad malfunction to that. So soda cape is kind of like, I mean, you don't see Harry Potter using anything with a soda cape that, every single character or enemy uses whenever it's upclassy or upgrading. So that pretty much really depends. We also have an archer. Her name is Evelyn. She's got a silver bow. Hey, brother Kevin, make a love shout out, my good friend. How you doing today? Thank you for coming back to this live stream. How's it going? We also have another knight, guys. His name is Miles. So his stuff, guys, is recently different from his other knight. So what he actually has in total, and pretty much keep in mind, he's got a mithril sword, a mithril shield, a mithril helm, and a plate mail. So that's enough to benefit. Now we look at the 2 dangerous black mages that are looking to terminate us. So you guys have Thomas. So he's pretty much got the same old stuff. That's the name of a few. You've got a poison rod, wizard's hat, and a wizard's robe. So then the other characters got the same thing. But if you want to talk about the same thing, you've got something different. What this blacksmith, here's the thing, guys. I can't get the words today, since I'm a little bit tired from work and spent time with my true love and, well, my second wise woman for 17 yesterday. And that was exactly after work. This black mace has not just black magic, but also time magic, but that's pretty much a bit of a mix. And he also has a treasure hunter. So, what's you been up to, Kevin? I haven't seen you in a while. Well, I know I've just been working. That's the name of you. And that's to concentrate a bit of what we actually want to do. Even though my WA has been down and down. Not exactly reaching its peak. Not to have any higher streaks, at least. Well, guys, speaking of other stuff today, with your king and your luckiest man,
Where to?
I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. With our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, wonderful, electrifying, truthful, amazing, strongest, beautiful, loving, caring,
I
supportive,
must concentrate.
positive, over negative, if you will, today, and, being in God's sense of humor, have enough to, bond and bond, That's all we can do. I can really get these few enemies off the rails, if it's possible. So I want to try to separate the men from the boys. Well, guys, one of these enemies can do 93. But here's the thing: I'm not gonna really be a badass and use a Bahaman or like just to get their attention and really burn them out. But I repeat, fellas, I'm actually gonna do Siva on this one. But I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. With your king guys and your luckiest man. With our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, wonderful, smelling the coffee, smelling some extra, having anything you want for breakfast mostly, and to keep everything else intact.
Leave this to
And a
me.
important lesson to keep in mind too. Making sure we have our social media on YouTube. Again, guys, on YouTube, Twitter X, and Facebook accounts together. Guys, you guys remember what my 4 priorities are going forward. Besides, we're almost at the end of the month of May right now, going into June. So remember, guys, your king and your luckiest man's priorities are still the same. They're still exactly protected. Another one for protect is guarded.
Curse my luck.
But yeah, guys, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. That's all we can do. Again, so we have our social media, our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X accounts. And yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. Now, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can let me know in the chat, in the live chat. If there's anything you want to ask, like say if my brother Kevin, aka YouTuber chat, wants to ask anything about our watch hours, he wants to talk about anything that hasn't been brought to our, brought to our attention, more common, more collective or anything. That wouldn't be a problem, that wouldn't be a concern. Whatever floats you by, guys. You guys in the chat out of 4 can ask anything. So guys, so during the battle, Agrias, as Ramses' name, and questions him, what is he doing during this battle?
We've come to
So
rescue.
Ramses does
We thought to breach the castle
question
from its postern.
that we've
But why are
actually
you
come to
here?
rescue her, and pretty much reach the Lionel Castle between its postern. And Ramses actually questions the same thing to Agrias.
The
So
Cardinal
Agrias
betrayed
does
us.
actually write
Was
the following,
betraying us all
or
along.
the following,
He plots with Duke
saying that the
Larg.
Cardinal betrayed us. It's obvious when you guys remember. Don't worry about the damn silent, guys. It's going to get us frustrated. But thank you though. So as you guys can see, we all know the Cardinal was looking to betray us and work with Gafgary and work with anybody else. But I know he's not teaming up with anything with Zalbag or Nightstark or anything. So basically, most of us were betrayed by the Cardinal, and he's looking to do some towards Duke Larg in between.
We escaped the castle, but
So
the princess
basically,
was
guys,
retaken.
Agrias did actually escape the castle with herself, but the problem is, by the time Agrias escaped, they actually took away Princess Ovilia from her hands. So that's been some sort of a weakness. I mean, if you look at Superman, his weak spot is kryptonite.
I was returning to save
So
her. And
Agrias,
here
guys,
you find me.
is
That we should
she was
thus
looking to
reunite could
rescue
only
her
be divine providence.
and have her find her in a deep world of trouble. And for most of us here today, Agrias wanted us to help her out. That way we can reunite and have divine providence. So that's a different saying off the bat. It's like you leave somebody empty-handed. You just want to save your own self. You want to get enough protection to detail.
We must hurry, Ramza.
So
We need to
Agrias tells
execute
Ramza
Her
to hurry.
Highness.
That way we can get our highness out of here. Or pretty much where we're
First
at.
these, then the princess.
So Ramza does actually state the following. First these, then we get the princess. So yeah. I mean, we all know the Cardinal was going to betray the crap out of us. And check out what Agrias is using. It's going to be using Hollowed Bolt. Ooh.
journey is
Hollowed
never
Bolt,
ending.
ladies and gentlemen. From the king and luckiest man. So that's why Agrias is... He's actually a powerful holy knight. And she is. These enemies are not going to be that thrilling or afraid to me either. So... I mean, that's something you cannot envision. I'm really surprised or shocked right there.
I even
You really
impressed
can't.
myself.
But yeah, now as far as this past week goes, we actually did do a couple things. We, I mean, not just for me today, guys, but my two love and I, and our future for night. You guys think about it. So what we actually did was, we actually tackled Mortal Kombat 2, and thought I would give you guys my thoughts, and as far as I know, actually I'm gonna start with Mortal Kombat 2. So as far as I know, the sequel to the first one was good. So in my opinion, I've always thought the sequel was good. Let's let you guys know. And I wouldn't call the sequel bad or anything. Have a lot of hate. Actually, I'm gonna get this Black Man's out of his arsenal, or pretty much out of his stupidity. So that way I can, you know, do something to take advantage. Let's keep something from crawling. So as far as I know, guys, Mortal Kombat 2 was good. As far as I know, there were some fun, a little bit of funny adult language. Black Man's newsflash. Your ass is not going to be using Fire Gun on us today. Besides, you take too much of a turn otherwise. But yeah, that's enough to really avoid or carry on. Or not to have anything explosive. But speaking of other stuff besides that, guys, it's King and the Luckiest Man. So as far as I know, Mortal Kombat 2, I repeat, MK2, guys, or I repeat, Mortal Kombat 2 was good, as far as I know. My true love thought for our future for the last 9 years, my Musketeer thought it was good, and pretty much it wasn't exactly less terrifying. Now, as far as the battles go, for Mortal Kombat 2, guys, you know, just to have anything extended here today. Now, as far as I know, guys, the battles for Mortal Kombat 2 were a little more better than the first one, by far. That I can really tell you guys doesn't have enough to...
I'm ready.
Not exactly to relate or less to... Here's the thing. Less to debate on.
Not this time.
So we tackled Mortal Kombat 2. Here's the thing, guys. We tackled Mortal Kombat 2 this past Saturday, and not just that,
Ready,
but we
I'm
also... And then for our future for 9 guys, we also had dinner together. So instead of me stopping by to spend time with her and Belle for 17, I decided to have them drop me off at the house. I mean, not the house, but my house with my family. And, you know, ever since yesterday, we actually haven't had any, you know, good amount of time together since recently this past Friday. So I came down after I got off work at 7 yesterday, and, you know, just to have enough to cover, and, you know, just to...
Excellent. What's next?
Not to have anything, you know, feel left out, okay? Not to feel, you know, frustrated or guilty, so. But as far as I know, guys, I repeat, Mortal Kombat 2 was good, overall. That's pretty much as far as I can, not feel left out or,
No mercy.
feel energetic or anything. We actually did tackle dinner during that past Saturday night,
What now?
Plays and Sense. So, now, I've always thought, if you're looking to watch a
Right.
good action fighting movie, why not Mortal Kombat 2? Besides, that movie, guys, is good.
Forgive
Sequel
me.
to the first one. You guys remember
I
the
must
sequel took
survive.
like 5 years just to really make. The last time Mortal Kombat was released was back in 2021. I was only like 28 years
I
old
must concentrate.
back then, so it only took like half a decade just to get a sequel here today, guys, for Mortal Kombat. So now the question is, or my question is, guys, from what I've heard, is we are going to be expecting a sequel. I mean, another sequel, which is exactly Mortal Kombat 3 in the future. And what most of us are hearing is, as far as I know, as a matter of fact, from what we've been told, is Warner Brothers, or the company behind Mortal Kombat, is recently looking to do something with two of the favorite characters from not just one, but two movies of Mortal Kombat, and have something set in stone for example, guys, one of them being Luke Kane, and also the main villain in Mortal Kombat 2. So, I don't want to really stack the odds and say if Luke Kane and the main villain and the second one is going to be out of the question. I mean, if they actually do a crossover between the two, I feel like that wouldn't be a hateful idea for Warner Brothers not have anything to, not exactly go anywhere, but not exactly feel, empty inside of anything, from the King. As King guy's the luckiest man or anything, but if I had to guess what's going to be the plan for Luke Kane and the main villain of Mortal Kombat 2, as far as that is concerned, well, here's the thing, guys. From what I've also heard, on top of anything else, with exactly what the sequel is, we are looking at a crossover Mortal Kombat movie. That's between the two of them. Now, as far as Cole Young is concerned, you guys remember, during the sequel, he was cut off screen when he recently had a battle with somebody that was tough, somebody that was better for the greater good, okay? And now, to be open and honest, I mean, Mortal Kombat 2 is good. If you guys want something with a lot of action, a lot of funniness, a lot of acting, you guys can watch Mortal Kombat 2. You guys know who plays Johnny Cage.
Come on.
Johnny Cage, guys, plays none other than Carl Urban, so you guys can watch that movie at any time. If you guys are looking to bring some family, friends, somebody you guys know so well, you guys can watch that movie at any time. Now, as far as Star Wars goes, by next week, so that's pretty much a main concern right now. Because what my two loves has going on for Future for Nine, he actually has a little something going on this coming Sunday. So, and on top of that, guys, from what I've been hearing for Future for Nine, is my two love also has not one but two things that she's doing some fun with for family, and one of her friends for our high school state defending champion football teams this coming Sunday. So that way we don't want to get ourselves, stuck in the middle or, cause anybody being upset.
Oh, damn you!
And guess what, guys? This battle was easily done.
Lady
This battle
Agnes,
wasn't hard
Are you
at all.
alright?
Agnes wasn't that much damaged, that I can tell you. So after the battle, guys, let's change the subject for a minute. Ramza actually does write the following. Let's state the following. Lady Agnes, are you okay?
I'm
Agnes
fine. We
does
cannot
come back
afford
with a
to tarry.
comment. We cannot afford tiring. But he's actually doing okay, guys.
They're taking the princess to the gold
Saying
guard,
that,
Gellert. It's not far, but with little time.
Actually, Agnes does actually point out, after the end of the battle just now, saying that Princess Ophelia has been laid to go to a current location, which is, guys, Golgolanda Gallows. So, yeah. So Ivalice is actually set in stone in that location.
With all haste.
So Rams it's gonna be all haste with Agrias. So guys, not only we got Agrias now, we also have Mustadio from last week. So that's something to really take a little more of a step and a bit, guys, a little more to converse with it. So enough to really apply. So guys, I don't see why not. There's not exactly less to inform, but have something affirmative. So we're gonna be using Agrias. No, guys, I haven't used Agrias or Mustadio yet, so let's see what we can do. So, guys, we won't be doing Lionel Castle. If we want to grind, possibly this area. So, guys, we'll have our next location. We'll probably get to that maybe next week. And that's enough to not replace anything or encourage anything. But as far as I know, guys, as far as Star Wars Mando and Grogu is concerned, I mean, I understand my true love for 9 doesn't want to see it.
After all, in particular.
Saying that she's got enough stuff to really do.
Choice.
Not exactly with her family, her friends coming out of her Saint Defending Champions of high school football on Sunday, but all I know is, guys, you don't want to separate what you actually want to do. It's like if you want to be with your family, that's fine. If you want to do something that's closer than that, that's okay. But you shouldn't push anybody off guard if you don't want to do anything. You know, I mean, you talk about watching a movie, you talk about watching, anything. And see, I actually did question yesterday, or towards the end of the night, that, can we actually do something together by watching a movie one each month? I mean, here's the thing, guys. I'm not saying that my Musketeer of Ivalice doesn't want to watch Star Wars, but she actually still wants to watch it, but 9 times out of 10, she actually just wants to have enough time for friends at the end of the week. I mean, you guys get it. I get it. It's just,
you require something.
I mean, it doesn't have to really bond and share. It doesn't have to really question. I mean, all I'm saying is, guys, if my true love for 9 does not want to watch Star Wars, nobody can make her do anything. If she wants time for family, if she wants time for friends. You know me, guys, as king and the luckiest man. And you look at me as a future husband, that she actually wants to do something with them, that's okay.
Right. You can trust
People
me.
shouldn't have to really lecture anybody for that. People shouldn't have anything to really question. So, I mean, you don't want to tell people off and say, you don't want to do anything with your friends or family.
Never ask.
I mean, people have a right to do what a lot of us want to do. You cannot have anybody get rushed or, feel terrible
As
and,
you wish.
Feel left out a lot, You want to do something that makes a difference. You want to do something you really want to do and inform your staff, your family, your friends, and tell them what you're actually planning on doing. I understand she doesn't want to watch a movie, but it's just, you can't make people do anything if you don't want to tell them ahead of time to do exactly what you want to do. So that's been pretty much the plan, and also the enough confidence right there. So, I mean, I repeat, fellas, my true love does want to watch Star Wars next week, but I told her to work it out, maybe with staff. By the time, if nothing else is going to be dragged or having too many cards on the table for that to happen. So, as long as people don't have to get themselves stuck in the middle, that's okay. I mean, people have their own opinions. People have their own planning. People have their own plots. That's all there is to it. But everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be set in stone. Okay, so if we don't want to get ourselves, stuck. We don't want to get ourselves upsetting. That's all we can do. But yeah. I repeat, if my future fiancé for 9 wants to do something different, by doing something with a graduation party this coming Sunday, and wants to do some with, one of our family's birthdays this coming weekend. Actually, not this coming weekend, but next week. I mean, next weekend off the bat. That's okay. We don't want to have ourselves feel, less concerning. So, it'll cause a lot of nonsense. So, guys,
Come then.
we don't want to get ourselves, stuck in the middle. But as long as we know what's going on, that's all that matters. I mean, we're there for each other for 9. So, that's okay. Now, as far as, I mean, here's the thing, if she's not looking to do Star Wars next week, we can always plan ahead of time, so. Now, as far as Supergirl is concerned, here's the thing, for our future for 9, we don't need to worry about Supergirl yet. Just to keep everything else comfortable and have enough memories to rely on. That's why if we want to plan something ahead of time, that's always an excellent thing to do. That's always the best thing to do off the bat. So we don't want to get ourselves removed. We don't want to get ourselves, stuck on anything. As long as we don't know what the plans are, knowing exactly what we're looking to do. Alright guys, but speaking of other stuff today, not to really toot my own horn or anything, guys. It's King and Luckiest Man, but as far as anything else,
wherever I'm needed.
As far as other stuff goes, we're gonna get to our social media this morning, so. Now, as far as anything else, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, every Thursday morning, since, the only time I've been making as King Guys and Luckiest Man is every Thursday mornings every week.
To battle.
So, I mean, I repeat, that separates the men from the boys. That separates the people from the other. So, I mean, there's enough to really carry on. There's enough to really be unstoppable where we're at today. The same way at the same time. So, that's why we got enough to really keep in touch, enough in our arsenal to do what we want to do. Not exactly feel left out, not to feel empty or anything. And another word, guys, is not feeling empty-handed all the time. So, guys, I'm going to use Sakura for Monk. So, as guys can see, we're taking on two of the same enemies, but a bit differently. Different colored unicorn. You guys can see at the top of the screen. Looking at a different color of unicorn instead of exactly the original. You guys can look at it. Then we have an archer. His name is Bernard. So his hit points on Bernard himself, guys, as an archer. It's 361. But that's a huge amount. But alright guys, speaking of huge margins, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, every Thursday and here in the mornings on the schedule, with you guys in the chat out of 4. If you guys want me to call back and have me go back to playing games on the schedule, which I haven't done any of them at all. Since I've been, not exactly feeling drastic, but I've been feeling tired and, just been resting. Another word for resting, guys, is relaxing. After a day of work, after staying active and strong for the most part of it. I do want to get back to Hogwarts Legacy, but nothing's really stick out to anything on. I mean, nothing's been set in stone for me right now, but I do want to get back to playing that game and also do some with gaming on Saturday, but we're going to be doing some fun on Saturday too, so I'll get to that later on today. So what you guys can do is, if you guys want to catch more of anything that has not been, been stopping or pausing as much, have a peep, fellas. If you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, here on Thursday mornings per week, and every single week on the Thursday slot. And also, fellas, if you're King and your Luckiest Man, if you guys want me to pull back in the games I still have on the schedule to go with it, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Remember, guys, like, support, comment, and follow. Like, so comment, and follow. If you guys have me on Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube, that's an easier way to keep everything else intact. And keep everything else in mind, too. You guys want to in hand. That way we can keep
turn.
ourselves 100% intact and also keep everybody else in line. The most important thing you can have, guys, is enough confidence in yourself and enough to surround with friends and family. And also, most of you guys that are here with me, I'm here with you guys in the chat too, so as long as we don't have to walk right in and say, there's enough to put on the table. There's enough to really get anything that's under control too, so. The good thing about one of these enemies, guys, is they're pretty much silenced enough, so we don't want to get ourselves, we don't want to get ourselves sliced and diced. Which none of us really can. And all I know is, guys, it's never easy or hard to answer, if you will, today. So, there's enough to protect and also obtain.
Do I look stronger?
But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment, guys. Just remember, if there's any questions you want to ask, or any answers that really involve anything, you guys can remember. And to really not go uncomfortable or anything. But all you guys can do is, any question, I repeat, guys, any questions or concerns you want to put in, you guys can still put them in the chat, in the live chat, guys, and me, I repeat, the king and the luckiest man can answer. And, of course, guys, in the live chat,
what to do?
Nobody can tell you otherwise. Nobody can tell anything else is aggravating. So, guys, I'm getting Ramsey out of confusion, because we don't want to get himself or the others to, feel guilty a lot. And we're about to get ourselves shaken up a little bit.
No.
Besides, this battle, and it already is, and it already has. So I'm going to restart this battle for the second time today. So as far as anything else, it's King, guys, and the luckiest man. Let's make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. And that way we can feel happy, feel comfortable. We don't want to get ourselves self-dragged. We don't want to get ourselves having most of our hands not being washed. That's all there is. But yeah, I repeat, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. That way, you guys in the chat, out of my 4 priorities, always have a good observation. And always, guys, for 3 generations, just to, take our time. Don't want to get ourselves, mistaken. Feel uncomfortable. To see exactly where we're at today. I mean, we're pretty much in a good position.
I won't disappoint.
That's all we can really provide and get through. But alright, guys, as far as other stuff goes, also, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. Being awesome and creative. We are at 643 mods here today. The last time I run into my good friend and my good brother Naps is, I want to say it's been like 2 months. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong, or the brother himself, Naps, can let me know if he's right. Since brother Naps and I are, my brother Naps and I go way back. We've known each other for a while. So guys can check out his channel. But yeah, I mean, I've known brother Naps for a while. He's a good friend of mine, and a good brother of mine on the channel. Not to mention, most of you guys that are having a good pleasure out of 4 priorities that I set in stone. It doesn't have to really provide. And it really can be, and always looking to try anything. That's all there is to it. But other than that, guys, let's keep everything in the down low a bit more. Don't want to get ourselves change color between red or green. Yeah, guys, we are at, I repeat, we are officially at 643 mods today, which is pretty much a good opportunity, a good shot to look after, and it really is, and it always should be. We don't want to get ourselves, missing a shot, missing an opportunity. See how well we're doing. Hey, Lumps and Melda, thank you so much for joining this live stream. I thought it was going to be somebody else along with Village King, the Village King. Or it would have been Gil Batman. Or my other one, guys, is Lelip Sahi.
Onward.
So, I would almost call her, Asada Mariku. But, that's enough to really describe her head. So guys, that's exactly what we can really relate and keep everything. I'll repeat, guys, keep everything intact. An important lesson to keep in mind. Besides, we don't want to get ourselves stuck in the middle or, dragged somewhere involving it. Or any electricity. It's all we can fit in. But yeah, guys, we are at 643 mods today, which is good. Don't want to get ourselves uncomfortable or unpersuasive. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Yeah, guys, knowledge is power. With your king, guys, and your luck expands us to really hold on and also, keep smiles and also good amount of laughs here today and, just to keep everything else intact. Keep everything else in a rightful place. That's all by Agris by blocking that attack. As long as it's not a wing attack from a flying type in Pokemon, so we don't want to have something, feel left out. We don't want to get ourselves, having less attention for it. So, as far as anything else, fellas, not to really reverse anything. But yeah, we are exactly where we're at right now, and we pretty much are. We don't want to get ourselves, less miscalculating or, have less involvement. Which nothing should be. As long as we can know how to reach our goals and have enough to really overlook. And also, enough to prepare. Yeah, what are we doing? I would love to get some of these enemies right now. Because that would be perfect. I don't understand why these enemies want to overturn a lot. They're pretty much stronger than we are. But that really describes it. They can be strong,
Practice
they can
makes
be weak.
perfect.
It just depends how you actually want to tackle them. And take one by one from them. Actually, guys, I can get an opportunity here. If I can get a shot. So what I'm going to do is... Hold on, guys. 79, 84. Can I use flare on some of these guys? Hold on, guys. 161. You guys remember, these enemies are weak against thunder, so you don't want to separate anything from that. So I'm just going to give some thunder on these fellas. 39 on Agrias. Here's the thing, Agrias, we just got done rescuing Agrias, thank you. And before that, guys, we rescued Stadio last week. So that's enough to really, supervise and handle right there. So that's enough to hold on. But yes, guys, knowledge is power. I forgot to not reverse it. Yes, guys, knowledge is power. We'll be meet and greet, guys. We want to see how people are doing on our channels. Enough to develop and see if anybody sees what we're doing. I can see what you guys are doing. That's why WH is very important on the channel. Not just that, but also get enough confidence and feedback. The way we can really, come to terms and also any questions that we want to answer. You know what they say, guys. Nothing's final if that's your final answer.
Come then.
As long as we know what people are up to, see how we're doing, and we don't want to get ourselves, say, we're blocked out of a restaurant without ordering anything, or not having less pulse or anything. As long as we can find out what we can do, that's enough that we can really work together. You know what they say, guys, working together is better than officially working alone. That's enough to really, keep everybody else in line. When we get enough time, we get enough of an opportunity. That's all we can do, guys. We want to put it in our hands and not have anybody feel uncomfortable. So, other than that, we want to keep something in between. So as you guys can see, the enemies don't want to seem to feel uncomfortable right now. One guy's getting a bit of a counter. He's not going to get that. He's not going to get that otherwise. Now, if Ramza can get an opportunity... Actually, guys, newsflash. He's not going to get an opportunity to get one of our enemies off. So that's going to be a problem right there. Yeah, sadly, we're not going to be able to get a shot. And if Ramses using Titan? What? He's not going to be using Titan if he has to wait till the 6th turn to do that. Especially if he's got a bad case scenario up his sleeve. That really depends on it. But yeah, guys, as I was saying, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we need to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. As long as we have 3 of our accounts to keep in mind, everybody's got enough of an opportunity to see what friends you have in mind, see how many people have accounts. You guys want to connect with them, tell them a little more about yourself, and see who the people are. That's all we can do. You know, that way they can know something about you, know something about themselves. And thank you so much for Agrius killing the crap out of them. I didn't want that to really happen. Guys, come on. I'm not going to get an opportunity to get these enemies out of here. So that's going to be a problem right there.
Damn it.
Our enemies are really, you know, making us die and making us feel
concentrate.
uncomfortable. Hold on, can we get an opportunity to get out of this battle, please? That would be awesome. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get one of the buttons to really get something going. Besides, a few of our characters are berserk, and we can't be able to get that going. So that's been a concern. You know, the good thing we can have, guys, is having ribbons. If we can have ribbons, that'd be great. But we're not going to get ourselves feeling a bunch of status alignments. As long as we want to have to retreat next time, so that's the only thing we can do. Okay, Rams is out of confusion, but we need him to stop using Berserk mostly. Besides, these enemies feel a little bit vulnerable. Not just vulnerable, guys, but, you know, being out of reach. I mean, I understand the few of the characters want to, you know, not buy some time, but...
Come on.
What's the problem? That's always been mind-blowing. Thank you, Ramza, for getting your butt killed. Thank you. Now, we're not going to have a shot to get anything that we want to do between these enemies, and since Basadio's the only one that cannot do much of anything. I mean, with us, here's the thing, guys. With us Basadio, you can't. So that's the problem. But fellas, sorry for replacing anything. Now, as I was saying, now, all we can do, guys, I repeat, is follow Sarah on Twitter, X, Facebook, and YouTube. That's to keep everything else in place. And enough to really stack on it. Also, guys, if you guys want to know how long I've been on YouTube, that's pretty much an easier lesson to follow, and here's the thing, guys, enough tools, enough to not really brag somebody from going behind, or not exactly feeling left out. So guys, remember, the King and the Luckiest Man's been around YouTube for 9 years. Excuse me. So, before the end of July of this year, I will be officially reaching 10 years on YouTube, which is pretty much a good cornerstone. And another word for cornerstone is an achievement, like Grayson. You know, enough to see what we want to do, have enough to really apply and also trigger. So I have been on YouTube for that long, which is pretty much an appreciation, and pretty much excellent. You know, reaching a milestone between one app. So here's the thing, guys, not only just YouTube, but I've also been on Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7 years. And I've also had my True Love and Barrel for 17, which is the ladies that want to try to pick on me and try to make something funny out of me without any democracy or anything. Or just to really cause a diversion. and enough to really, do some together. And meeting guys together, for our future. Or see how much we actually want to take it. Sally Masadi was not going to be dying. Besides, this battle is over, guys. This is not the final. Here's the thing. This is not the current situation and the current plan to start a battle. You have everybody turn in the treasure. You turn everybody that is not alive and have them killed. And that's what Ramsey just did right now. Let's get our first game over, guys. Thank you so much, Ramsey. Thank you so much for having the on-characters be let down. So I'll read this dialogue in a second, guys. But yeah. I built my musketeer for 9. What's my soon love? My future fiancé, guys. For my future for 9. I've also had, not just my soon love, guys, but also Beryl for 17. I lost both of them one time. During a century, during a decade. And I'm not going to lose them again. So, that's why here's the thing, guys, by far, that's why my 4 priorities are very important to me. Same with you guys, too. Same with WoW and Chief. Same with you guys when I just want to take most of my valuable time of doing RPGs and having baseball motivate me. Because I love baseball towards what I love doing with you guys in the chat and also doing some more comfortable here today, but doing some with RPGs mostly. Which it really creates enough time, enough pleasure. And it really does, the way it should be. Alright guys, before we get to Steam, as long as we got enough to involve with each other and get to know each other as much as we can, that's all we can do. We just don't want to get ourselves feeling afraid or backtracked. That's to keep enough feedback and enough to, prevent. Well, guys, speaking of game over today, this tutorial does actually state and also wrote the following. So the thing about game over, guys, is when you actually get defeat and battle results in the game over. You may choose to restart the battle, guys, from the beginning, or worst case, you will lose anything you had gained by doing the encounter, such as items or experience. But not only just those stuff, guys, to really lose, but also, guys, alternatively, you could try to abandon the battle and return to the world map, perhaps to carry out by changing your party members if you need to, before making other changes. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to be restarting the battle again, instead of not giving a rat's behind, or not replacing, I repeat, guys, not replacing the men from the boys. Besides, this battle was self-direct, and pretty much sidetracked. And the good thing is we still have our 2 characters we rescued. That's good. But alright guys, that's going to be the end of our social media for today. So if you guys want to check out anything cool, if you guys want to feature anything on your account on Facebook, here's the thing guys, anything to feature on your Facebook, your Twitter account, or YouTube account, that's always been an upgrade. That's just an upgrade, guys, but doing something that would like twist and turn, whatever your account really wants to handle, whatever you want to create for it, and enough to balance, enough to stay strong and active. So that way most of you guys can see what they actually look like and have a good introduction. So guys, what we're going to be doing this time is, here's the thing guys, since we got 2 of these cowards, I feel like we should be able to, do some a little bit different this time. So I will still use, here's the thing guys, I will still be doing Agrius and Mustadio, but this time, I sort of accompany, some really good equipment for each of these 2. Besides, they're rookies since I got these 2 in hand, after rescuing the 2 of them already. Remember guys, first Mustadio from this past week, and today, coming out of this morning, if we look at it, it's pretty much coming out of earlier today. Was this good enough to really examine and also assume? Alright guys, head over to the Steam store. head over to the Steam Store, guys, pre-order process, get a name account rolling, and start rocking and rolling, guys, on Steam, and see what you guys want to find out. If there's any sales, any prices, any deals. You guys can get any games you want. You guys want to buy them new, buy them recent, it's all good. Besides, as long as you guys know how to keep everything covered, it's all good. Besides, it's all in the hands, not exactly feeling empty-handed or having empty pockets or anything. You actually want to see what's on Steam. You guys want to easily process. You guys want to see what games you actually feel comfortable with.
What to do?
So guys, I repeat, head over to the Steam Store. Head over to the Steam Store, guys, pre-order process, get a name on your account, and buy something. You guys are buying an old game, buying a special game. If you guys are getting any free games, like, you know, a lot of people that have been playing games non-stop, like Fortnite and also Rocket League. You guys can play any of those two games that are for free.
I feel
You
stronger.
guys can buy them on Steam, get them for free on Steam if you want to. Besides, those games don't have to really pay a whole lot than it usually is. But you know what they say, guys, at a certain point, all of us want to try anything. Not just waiting around forever, but doing something you guys want to do. Doing something that really doesn't want to make you uncomfortable.
Don't give up on me.
That way you guys don't want to
Much
get
obliged.
yourselves less energized or having high praise. Whatever you guys want to do. You guys can head over to the Steam Store and see what really... Here's the thing, as long as your mind does not get twisted or goes in an empty mind, you guys know what games you want. So you guys
must
can get
concentrate.
Bucks of Rocket League or Fortnite. You guys can play those two free games non-stop or play those games unlimited at any time. And that way you guys can make enough room, make enough resources. You guys can do them at any time you want. So you guys can buy any of those two games and play them two for free. Tell them, guys, your king and your luckiest man that can really get you guys to obtain the two of them. See what most of you really think of it. So you guys can play Fortnite or Rocket League, guys, without any further pressure. You guys can play those two games at any time with no extra cost. If you guys are looking to buy games on sale on Steam today, besides, today's the 14th. I know George Lucas has a birthday coming up next week, so as long as no other plans are erased, no other plans are doing what's more comfortable at ease and enough to, you know, not to really distract anybody else that is feeling uncomfortable or having enough wisdom to, you know, not feeling dragged out. But nothing would
Wizened
really...
Lord.
Having the zoom in, here's the thing, guys, not much to really zoom in or zoom out. It's king and the luckiest man. So, you know, guys, there's a start here today. Well, guys, magic combination. One imp down, also takes 72. There you go, guys. Can we do something like... Here's the thing, guys, since we haven't done much with Estadio, I'm gonna do an arm shot. And guess what? Here's the thing, guys, check this out. One of the words of Mike Suds, check this out. We pretty much stop somebody from attacking. And that's the one that's in the water.
Not looking
So
good.
we got him with a nice arm shot from Estadio.
I still have
You
the
know,
will.
it doesn't have nothing sick or twisted or anything. But we got him... I feel like we actually just got done getting him empty-handed. 107 to the Goblin for a minute. I'm just going to stay right here. Just to have a
I will
defense.
hold firm.
Other person for Ramza. There you go. We'll be good in style. But yeah, guys. If you're looking to get any sale games on Steam today, well, Massadio's out.
You don't have
You
any
guys can get games like Docked. So Docked is actually under a midweek deal today. So you guys can get that game
Come
for
in.
20% off on the price and also the listed deal if you want today. You guys can have that deal processed. You guys have till May 18th to get the game if you want. even though you guys are not really hardcore between those games. If you guys want to get something to that would not lose monstrosity or
This
feeling,
fleeting
and knowing what the feeling could be or what the outcome could be. Casting stop on
Come on.
one of the enemies, that's a good thing. Well, guys, I'm gonna get Mustadio
Can you
back up.
stand?
If I'm looking to really grind a lot between Lady Agrias and Mustadio, ladies and gents, that's gonna be the plan going forward. That way, we don't want to get ourselves, blend right in or trying to do some that these characters haven't learned yet. Besides, even though they're in their teens and not in their prime yet, we just got done rescuing these two good characters. Just to really relate. Separate the biosates, separate summaries. That's all we can really get further and pretty much talk about in hand. But no worries. You guys can get locked till that deal runs out on the 18th. You guys can get games locked 9 souls for 60% off. You guys can get Mullet Mad Zack. So that's pretty much different. I've actually never heard of that game either. Remember guys, that game is called on Steam Mullet Mad Zack. So I believe that's a different game on Steam that reads out. That's one.
I'm sorry.
And you guys can get Space Haven for $14.99 on Steam if you want.
I must concentrate.
You guys can also get Dead as Disco. So you guys can get that for a quarter sale price. Now, as far as anything else, I haven't heard much really from what I've heard.
That's what I needed.
I mean, as far as what's going on with this thing, guys, as far as what's been involved with GTA 6 or if there's nothing else that's really uncomfortable between, not the GTA 6, between the price range and the price range on it, but or have anything to motivate, have enough to really relate to, and trying to have music to tune in. Here's the thing, guys. That's to be open and honest. I haven't heard anything bad about anything between gaming. I know there's been enough rumor not to really change much. If Neil Druckmann wants to not hint a lot and talk about The Last of Us Part 3 yet. I know Neil Druckmann hasn't questioned anything else by it. Or hasn't really, thought about anything since he's not going to be doing anything, as anything that would really, be involved by few, or pretty much by more.
Thanks.
So as far as I know, if GTA 6 is still going to be the normal original price going forward, I don't see why not. I mean, it can still stay at 70, but a few people that I spoke to this week, or the most important thing you can have ever since this past week, guys, the only few that I spoke to is pretty much exactly what the creators really want to understand, and also want to, do something that they don't want to get themselves be put in the middle, and, depending how much that game's going to be cost by the time we reach towards the end of the year. Guys, remember, GTA 6 is still going to win this year's Game of the Year. There's a little more hands down that it will exactly still happen. It will still happen for sure. Guys, if there's enough, without any answers, without any problems to explain, not to really feel like the other games are going to be, not to have a dangerous species, or you talk about not being a threat. Now, if you guys want to talk about what games that would maybe have, not to have any self-control, you have Marvel's Wolverine that's releasing in the next few more months in September. As we all know, guys, September 17th. Well, actually, no, here's the thing. Not September 17th. September 15th is when Wolverine will be exactly released for the PS5, Xbox Series, and on Steam. So that will still happen eventually. Just to let you guys know. But I feel like if if GTA 6 is going to be upgrading a bit more to 80 by adding
Welcome.
10,
Make yourself
guessing
at
us
home
by
and
adding
some
10
who's
bucks to
going.
really not
Needing
really
it, though?
feel uncomfortable between the reigns, or between how we're going to begin the third trailer for GTA 6 itself. I don't see why not. I mean, I just don't want to say if. I mean, I don't see GTA 6 feeling strongly let go if it's going to be no more than like 70 between the consoles and also the prices to include. So I don't see them having to decrease the prices and saying farewell to GTA 6. I mean, there's enough to upgrade to really unload for the game. But I repeat, fellas, GTA 6, without any arguments or frustration, GTA 6, guys, I repeat,
Understood.
is king and the
You
luckiest
can
man.
trust me.
Remember, guys, GTA 6 in a heartbeat. That game is still going to win, and I will repeat, guys, GTA 6 is still going to really
I'm ready.
win as an absolutes,
At your
for sure.
command.
And that game still got it this year. That's all I can tell you right now. GTA 6 is still going to win, no matter what.
My turn,
Speaking
is
of
it?
other stuff, guys. You guys want to know my name on Steam? My name on Steam, guys,
time.
is King, a luckiest man. My name on Steam, guys, is Zach Dawson93. I've been on Steam for over 5 years, which is pretty much good energy and a good way to store it. If you guys have nothing, you entirely have nothing to lose. So apparently, guys, my true love for Nine,
Got me to contend
and
with.
her and I still wanting to get married in the future. She actually wanted me to say the Titanic line at the end of the night, and I'm like, okay. So I see
I must
Mrs. Watson's
concentrate.
Titanic, since the movie was released for almost 30 years now, and enough to really quote and quote, just to really have enough to really control it, and it's like, you want to know what movies that are funny, have a lot of romance,
Leave this to me.
have enough to make a good portion amount of money from the box office. And here's the thing, guys, any movie can do that. Any movie can do that. You got the directors, writers, enough to really see how the movie does between the credits. And how much you're looking to take it to. So there's enough to really info and to keep everything in line. And yes, guys, keep everything infoed. That's all we can do. As long as we have anything to handle. You guys remember the saying, work smarter, not harder.
Here I go.
Or think smarter, not harder. You guys remember. But no worries. So yeah, guys, I've been on Steam for a bit over 5 years now. So that's a good thing. If you guys are into RPGs, like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Elden Ring, if you guys are into any games that are, accessible, if you guys are looking to, turn the Switch on, if you guys are looking to play a pre-ordered game. Now, if you guys are looking to pre-order a game, you guys can pre-order the new Assassin's Creed Black Flag 4 Recensed. Now, I haven't bought an Assassin's Creed game in quite some time. And the answer to that question, guys, is King and the Luckiest Man. I haven't played another Assassin's Creed game in a while. That's the way you guys understand. Or pretty much happy to acknowledge it. And have enough to really Zeus, That's all there is. But as far as how much that game is going to be going, and how much they're going to be trying to capitalize and handle, well, I'm going to tell you what, guys. If Assassin's Creed Black Flag with Sense is releasing pretty soon, I can see that game doing fine. I wouldn't call it great. I wouldn't call it a massive opportunity for that game to be out of reach. But there's enough to really keep everything in total and keep everything else in mind. So, I don't see why not. But I don't want us to have to assume the game is going to be garbage and not having a smart enough review. Besides, if I repeat from earlier today at the start of the stream, If my true love for Nine is not watching Star Wars with me, making it her second overall pick, while she's got some going on with her family, she's got some going on with graduation, as a party for the evening on Sunday, this coming Sunday, guys, on the weekend, then there's not much we can really, pacify or try to do. We're looking to have a change of plan. We're talking about having a change of heart, So there's not much you can really do right there. So, besides, if you're looking to do some, like watching a movie, that's another thing. But if you're looking to spend time with family, looking to go to a graduation party, you don't want to miss out a lot of that. And you guys can't. You guys remember, you cannot separate the men from the boys. Nobody can tell you that you can actually do something you actually don't want to do. But if she wants to watch a movie,
Never a doubt.
here's the thing, guys, one each month, like it was planned ahead or anything, that's okay. But people shouldn't have to really envision and change anything at the last moment. But that's just my opinion. But no worries, guys. We'll be fine. Keep everything else under the weather, and we'll be good. We'll be officially good to go, and being spotless.
Come
Now,
on.
I repeat, fellas, as far as when
Be strong.
anything else is going to be releasing on the consoles, well, the only one I can think of is Marvel's Wolverine. That should be set in stone by September 15th. So that game should not be replaceable. So, I can see Wolverine doing
No
fine.
room for error.
Now, as far as what games that are not going to be, out of the question, well, here's the thing, guys. Well, this one I'm not sure. Now,
Newfound.
I still think GTA 6 is still going to win, hands down. I still believe in it. I still believe that game's still going to win. And besides, GTA 6 still has it. It'll have enough energy to point out. There's enough to really see how well the game does. Hold on, let me it's the right part of my ear for a second. Loveup's Kooky, how you doing? Happy Thursday to you. And also for joining this live stream. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We don't want to feel, we don't want to have everybody else feel guilty and say the game is not going to do well. I mean, we don't know that for sure. We just want to know how well it's going to do, and how much pleasure they're bringing to the table. So that's something we need to really figure out, though. But not get ourselves, surrounded, or feel, or see this lack of interest, if you will. But we don't know that. But alright, guys, speaking of other stuff today, if you guys want to play any sports games, buy any sports games on sale today. You guys can go after baseball, racing, tennis, golf, football, basketball. If you guys are looking to turn on the engines, if you're looking to buy any games like anything you guys can play, anything you guys want to, have anything that people haven't done yet. Or even if you guys want to not have a lightsaber duel. Or even if you want to play something old school. You guys can play any of those games at any time you want. People shouldn't have to really take the rights away or tell you guys can't play any games that are not up for grabs. I mean, there's a buttload of games that are up for grabs, ladies and gents. There really is, and it always should be. And that depends what games you want to plan ahead by playing. I mean, it really depends if there's anything you guys want to, try to play, try to think about, though. But you guys, if there's anything... Oh, nice work by Gregory.
I must concentrate.
He's got himself out of confusion. I'll take
Can you
it.
stand?
As long as I can get my... Here's the thing, guys. As long as my characters can keep everything under control, we'll be fine. But we don't want to jinx it yet. We don't want to get ourselves causing lack of discipline, though. Nice work by Zeomancer.
You'll regret that.
Counter tackle for 21 is up at, I mean, kind of okay, but not the greatest. I guess Monk 172. he gets stabbed in the back by getting too many attacks for him. And Masadio's going to be down at least for another, I repeat, fellas, for another turn, sadly. And thank you so much for knocking my damn Zealmancer down. That really, really causes too much ground. And too much to really handle. But yeah, other than that, guys, you guys can buy any sports games you want. If there's anything that has not been brought up, you guys can go after any of the few. If there's anything that's not been let go or let loose, I mean, there's enough sports games you guys can get to. Not just that, but also RPGs from the ground up. So there's enough to really have enough in your arsenal, enough in your body, and see if there's anything that has not been brought to our attention. And enough to really not brag or, feel lackluster. You're not going to cast Poison Agrias, even though you're under Berserk and Confusion. You cannot do much. So that's been a concern. There hasn't been anything else dragged. And Agrias is dead.
Not here.
Sorry guys, just got done dealing 313. So that's the highest damage I've ever seen. And it has been since not exactly solving a math problem to the square root. Or whatever math problem we can actually answer easily, or answer something harder than that, or easier than that, so it just really depends on it.
Bad way.
Alright guys, as far as other characters, besides this battle's about to be wounded again, so you guys can buy any sports games you want, with no extra cost. If you guys are looking to, if you guys want to know my brother Beatles Eternally, you guys can go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. You guys can go to his channel, check out his projects. You guys will love his projects that he's been doing. He's been much more accurate to baseball. And his main thing is doing baseball during his time. Or even if he's doing podcasts, with good friends of ours on the channel, doing something that the others want to do, just talk about baseball here and there. If you guys want to talk about anything with him, he's a good friend of mine. I call him Brother Beatles, he calls me Brother Jack, so if you guys want to look up my Brother Beatles Eternally, tell him your king and your luckiest man sent him there. If you guys want to. So, you guys can check out my Brother Beatles. You guys can, I repeat fellas, you guys can go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally, and you guys can check out his favorites that he's been hooked on. Besides, people here in the United States are a little more hooked with payoff pits on Steam. But here's the thing, not exactly just Steam overall.
My turn.
But you also talk about playing it on Sideline Strategy, so there's enough to really hook. And there's enough to get the jumble cables going on. So if you guys want to know what my brother Beatles does on his channel, but the games that he only necessarily plays when he buys the time is what really lies in front of him. Or whatever we can, rewrite history. Rewrite enough history to keep in mind. That way we can capitalize and, get whatever games that are not exactly out of reach if we want to play them. So if you guys want to know what games of baseball my brother Beatles does, excuse me. So he enjoys playing action PC baseball. He basically just played a bit of the demo of strategy baseball through Discord. What my brother Beatles does is he also enjoys, I repeat fellas, my brother Beatles enjoys playing the payoff pits on Steam.
Right.
So you guys can buy that game on Steam at any time. Now, if you're looking to buy any seasons, you guys would have to pay a little more than that. Depends what seasons you want to rewrite history with, what team you want to manage, and how you want to win more and not lose more. So that way you guys can go to the World Series and, do something you guys want to
Come on.
have fun by doing. So there's enough to really, stock in your arsenal. Enough to reply, enough to encourage the others to play any baseball games you want to encourage the others to play and have.
Stay
So,
with me.
or any sports
Much
games,
obliged.
in any kind. So you guys can take out my
I
brother
must
Beatles.
concentrate.
I love this guy. He's awesome. He's a good guy. You guys can check him out.
Just what I needed.
Another game that my brother Beatles plays on his YouTube channel, that's to name a few. He's also been doing something with, he also does out of the park baseball. He also does, I repeat, fellas. I repeat, as I mentioned for the last short minute. He also plays Action PC baseball. So guys can check that out. Now, as far as what I've been doing, I'm actually in the middle of game number 32 of my 1992 Pirates season. And I'm not going to give anything away right now, but all I know is I've just been a little more... I feel like I've just been losing too much, and so I'm not going to really
Right then.
acknowledge any facts on it, but you guys get the idea. You're on a losing streak, and you guys cannot capitalize by winning better, and also trying to, capitalize, and how you really want to, try to do by changing your lineup, changing your team, and looking to win as much as you want. I mean, that would have been the plan. But speaking of payoff pits, guys, as far as what I've been doing, I know my brother Beatles has
Getting
been
stronger.
having a good amount of fun with payoff pits on Steam, but not only that, but also sideline strategy to go with it. What he's also been doing is, I believe he's almost done with the 1971 postseason on Action PC as well, which I know he's doing enough time to really encourage any event besides having, not exactly feeling let loose or feeling
I can't allow this.
unsupervised or anything. But yeah. But as far as what I've been doing on payoff pits, ladies and gents, I've also been doing my 1921 Yankees payoff pits replay. So what I'm actually doing on that is I'm actually doing fine. I actually won 2 games straight by beating our rival, the Boston Red Sox, earlier this week. So there's enough to really encourage and also staying by keeping yourselves in good spirits here today. That's why you guys understand. You guys understand the most important thing you can get to. You want to win, not lose. So I prefer winning most likely in the order.
Never
But yeah,
a doubt.
I told him
No
I
room
want to
for error.
win, and you guys have an understatement of what everybody else is coming from. So I want to win, not lose, and you know what they say, guys. Think smarter, not harder. That's all we can do. Have enough adult
Newfound
privilege and
strength.
enough electricity to really get inside of your body. So we're having a better inferno or something. As long as it's not a wasted amount of time just to wait for that time for you to win a game with a team, or looking to, change the mindset. So, but there's no worries to, feel guilty or anything. Well, guys, Poseidon's about to get killed, but he's not going to get killed for long, though. I mean, I'm not saying. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not saying to my Geomancer to, something different. I could maybe change, nice attack by. Always he does that attack, but as far as I know, we'll see. I don't want to, try to separate anything yet. Actually, this could be the perfect time to start. Maybe try to get an attack off, maybe. Alright, guys, 183. Yeah, I could probably start getting a few of these guys. And start bumping up a few pals. Well, guys, if we can get 14, that's fine. I can easily just try to sew him the door, and yeah, I can just sew him the door and just get him, just get him out of his position, if I can. But yeah, I'm actually 2-3 on my 1921 Yankees playoff Pittsburgh play, guys.
Better
So
than ever.
I'm actually currently 2-3, and as far as the other games go,
Not this
I may
time.
or may not go back to 1981. Depends if I want to buy another season down the road, or even if I want to just keep everything else set in stone. I mean, I might do that, but if I were to buy another season, my guess is maybe next week. Actually, no, not next week. If Star Wars is not in the cards, then
It'll take more than that.
our best team lead that works with, not just the one roommate in the back, but Matsulov and Bale for 17.
This bodes ill.
I know most of them will work it out with me. Besides, I can always use a text or a call out of it, so whatever I can use, guys, they'll let me know. And I can let them know what we pretty much talked about, so there's enough to really keep in mind.
Am I
So,
done for?
besides, we don't want
Come
to
on.
get in a rush to anything. As long as nobody has to schedule something
It
elsewhere.
isn't over.
Alright, guys,
Much obliged.
that's going to be the end of Steam for today, guys.
I won't die here.
Don't forget to check out my brother Beatles Eternally, ladies and gents. Just go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. You guys can be fantasized by his baseball projects, and you tell him I sent you guys. Tell him you're king and your luckiest man. Told you to check out Brother Beatles' channel. Just go to youtube.com, guys. /Beatles Eternally, and check out what you guys really think of it. If you guys are not in the payoff pits, you guys don't know how to play baseball regularly. So there's enough to really have enough insurance, so you guys can play any of those games. Payoff
Push
pits,
on now.
out of the park baseball. If you guys have or have not played the demo for Fantasy Baseball, you guys can buy enough time to do what you want to do. You don't want to have somebody else storm off the set by not playing whatever baseball game you actually want to wind up playing. So there's always enough to really, play. There's enough to really, not be bored all the time, but enough to see what you guys want to, set in stone. Have enough moxie, have enough energy against anybody in the act. And we finally got an enemy dismantled, guys. Now we got somebody we can, just think I throw enough attention to. But I do see Agris getting a little more experience than Mustadio is. Agris knows exactly what she's doing. But I do want to get Mustadio back up, though. So that's the main thing. And also the main thing that should not be refused. But alright, guys, I repeat, that's going to wrap up Steam for today. My name on Steam, guys, is StackDawson93.
I must
Just go
concentrate.
buy any pre-orders. And of course, guys, as king and the luckiest
Be
man,
strong.
you guys can get pre-orders and in-store purchases. Let's make it so sweet, guys. The most important thing and the most important rule is thank you for the unicorn
No
for causing lack of discipline on my Zealmancer. Doing self-destruct damage. I'll do 39 for you. Since there was lack of discipline in front of it. 30%, you're not going to attack Agrias. You have to go straight forward with their body. That won't happen a lot. And it's pretty much a little more of a miscue. But alright, guys, 50, 33. I could probably get another Plasma player on. Agrias 42, constant stop opportunity. That's good.
Not looking
But I repeat, fellas, as I was saying, as king and a luckiest man, Mustadio does get level 13 bound, and he finally got a shot to really use. So that's a good thing. But I repeat, fellas, love, support, and
Just what I
respect is
needed.
the key. It's the awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Yes, remember, we are now at 643 mods. Not to really rebound. So yeah, if you guys want to help out the channel, that'd be perfect. If you guys want to take your time on anything, you guys can let me know. Well, I got Sealmancer 192, and of course you're going to use that crystal. I was going to use it, but to give that to Agrias or my Zealmancer, so And Wyman's just
What
got
to
wiped
do?
out. Dang it. Well, here's the thing, we're not going to get another battle in. That's the problem, So yeah, we'll probably go back to, we could probably take on the next location next week. Because you guys think that's not going to be a problem. But, well, I can still get a regular battle. Well, we rescued Agrias earlier today. Whatever we want to do. Have enough to really apply and also, not to really be dragged or feel, feel alone. Or feel mistaken. But yeah, if you guys want to help out the channel, that'd be great. You guys can help me, I can help you guys with W rates, but I do want a bunch of W rates coming to me. If you guys want to help out, you know, guys, my love of Rincey knows what I want. You guys in the 10 out of 4, meaning my 4 priorities, understands what I want. That's all we can do. Have enough to process and enough to have our numbers raised. And the most important thing we can do to get our numbers up and upgrade them is we watch our videos in full. Well, I consider the stream, guys. So we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, Facebook and Twitter X accounts. And of course, guys, fellas, our podcast services. That's right, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. So I told my future fiance, guys, for 9, if she does not want to deal anything with Mortal Kombat 2, actually, no Mortal Kombat 2, that movie was good, along with the battles and also the story that actually tells. It also infos after the first one after 5 years. So, I repeat, if she does not want to do Star Trek, if she does not want to do Star Wars next week, that's wording I was thinking of. If she doesn't want to do Lucasfilm next week, that's okay. We can always do a different date and, you know, so we can decide what we want to do for our future for 9. We don't want to have anything, feel distracting or frustration. So guys, it's King and the Luckiest Man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into in-gaming news real quick. So I'm gonna quickly get. I will quick. Here's the thing, guys. I will quickly get into them real quick. So if you guys may know, Nintendo has decided to shift the Legend of Zelda live-action movie release date. So I will say, if Nintendo is having some sort of different option between the release date after getting. No, as far as I know, The Legend of Zelda. I'm not sure if that movie's gone its first ever trailer yet, but I do know The Legend of Zelda. I can see the movies are doing fine, but apparently Nintendo decided to move ahead and jump up a week before, besides the original date that was planned. So apparently, guys, the Legend of Zelda movie will not be released on May 7th of next year. So they actually announced the film will be arrived in theaters, guys, on April 30th of next year. So that's where exactly that's where, to keep everything else in mind, that's when the Legend of Zelda movie will be hitting. So, apparently, guys, Miyamoto did actually, um, actually, Miyamoto did actually state the following, or he just wrote the following, to wake up today. So, Miyamoto did actually state the following. This is Miyamoto. We have decided to change the worldwide theatrical release date of the live-action film The Legend of Zelda from the original plan, May 7th, to April 30th, which is pretty much a week. And then, in order to deliver to everyone, if one day sooner, the team is united in advancing production. It's less than a year until release, but please wait just a little longer. So I feel like if we're now looking at May 30th for The Legend of Zelda for next year, I feel like here's the thing, guys, since according to Miyamoto, if we're actually looking at the big time between, with The Legend of Zelda having a new date I wouldn't call it a bad move. That way they can just take the time, take everything they want to bring to the table, and nobody's popped up the question who's going to be playing as Ganondorf in the first Zelda movie for next year. But I've heard somebody say somebody would be perfect for the part. I mean, we already have our Link and Zelda, so I'm not 100% sure. I mean, if I was going to get an actor's name out of the hat, um, give me. I mean, I'm debating on either Hugh Jackman from Deadpool and Wolverine, or maybe somebody like. Um, to be open and honest, guys, I have no clue. Give me. I mean, I would. I mean, I would maybe say Jack Black, but Jack Black has enough in his arsenal involving a third Super Mario Brothers movie in the works in the next couple years from now. Give me maybe here's the thing, guys. Give me Danny DeVito. Give me Danny DeVito. I mean, that's just a guess. Give me Danny DeVito as Ganondorf, but I doubt he gets the part. So that's the only one I can think of. So, but no worries. Um, and remember, guys, today's date. It is May 14th, 2026. By the way, for gaming news. So you never know. You guys can check out the movie review called Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Malaysia, which I for one am not interested in. So you guys can check that out. And there's also a movie review called The Punisher One Last Kill. Who plays as the Punisher? Not just that, but also being in the new Spider-Man Brand New Day with Tom Holland, Zendaya, and the actors returning. And that is John Bernthal as the Punisher. So John Bernthal is in this new movie called The Punisher One Last Kill. And from what I've heard about this movie, based on his reviews, not exactly, here's the thing, guys, not exactly as documentary. Like, we all know John Bernthal is best known for playing as the Punisher, and the first time he made his appearance as him, he's not exactly having the same thing that Wesley Snipes' Blade has. Besides, there can only be one Wesley Snipes to Blade, you know, as it should be, between past and present. Okay, so now as far as One Last Kill, the Punisher with John Bernthal returning, I would assume he's actually already doing fine, but doing a good job in this movie. That way he can get warmed up for Spider-Man Brand New Day in July. So I would assume that movie should still do maybe pretty well by the time we hit the month of July of this year for Spider-Man. So I don't see why not. But the score that the Punisher One Last Kill got this week, from what I've read about, I did read. Officially, I actually did check out a bit of the review, but here's the thing, guys, not a lot. But I do know The Punisher One Last Kill is a fine movie. I wouldn't call it great or anything. I've heard it was kind of good, but it will not be better than Mortal Kombat 2, though. But depending how Star Wars does next week, there's been a buttload of hype. There's been some of them jumping out of their seats and, wanting to strike down upon and tackle what Dave Filoni has been wanting to do, since Kathleen Kennedy is no longer around. So, fellas, I repeat, if we're not planning to watch Star Wars next week, that's pretty much on my future fiancée for 9. It's pretty much on her, but she actually wanted to make a second pick happen if it wasn't for any grad party coming in, for this coming Sunday. I mean, it doesn't celebrate this coming Sunday, but doing something with her family next week and having somebody from the arts. That's what I would bring this up to. Um, from what I've heard, my goals for 17 out of my 4 priorities are all looking to have somebody stay down from the art studio, not just do one evening, but do like 2 nights at their place. And I'm like, mm, well, since my future fiance, ladies and gents, since she's actually been living there the longest, she should always have a say in it. Besides my second wife's woman try to not to really pick out or have something like picking something off a tree or anything, but I do know the one that they're inviting next week is, I mean, from what I've heard, she's actually a gamer. I don't even talk to her that much, but I do know she's a fan of anime, and well, I mean, I don't talk to her that much. Besides, I don't have her on Facebook. That's the name of you. I do have some of you on Facebook media, a bit more on Twitter, and also most important, guys, on YouTube. So there's enough to really bond and also keep everybody else intact. So and you talk about keeping in touch too. So I'm not fantasized of what's going on next week. I repeat, here's the thing: if she does not want to tackle Star Wars, that's going to be enough to keep in mind. But I will not say if my true love second pick is pretty much going to be a waste or anything. So we'll see what we want to go from there. I mean, I don't want us to say she's not throwing Star Wars out the window or anything, but another movie I don't believe we'll be skipping ahead to is Supergirl. Supergirl's got the same powers, but a bit differently than Superman does. So, with that movie will not release till 2 days after I turn 33 on my birthday by next month. So we'll see what we can do and keep our eyes open. So, all right, guys. Enough with the heavy today. So we'll have enough to really execute and enough to plan. So, all right, guys. That's gonna wrap everything up for today. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. As a king and your luckiest man, to still be around. And after, just working all the time this week, guys, after this week, it's a magical 20 to really stand tall and keep enough in order and getting a lot of rest. But based on the schedule, hold on, guys. Hold on, what is tomorrow? Hold on, guys. Tomorrow's Friday with the King and the Luckiest Man. So tomorrow there's not much going on, but I will be back and finally back to see with two great people management by tomorrow and have that closing shift at the end. So tomorrow, guys, finally back to Steve. So tomorrow, guys, 2 to 7, and I'm off Saturday, Sunday. No, Saturday, I'm looking to hopefully have my stuff in order. We're gonna be at a bowling tournament. I already have my pickup time set in stone already. I already told my musketeer and Barrel what's going on towards yesterday, and I mean, as long as everybody's okay with that, we don't wanna loosen up and have our arms not be flexible or have our aiming be as terrible or as good as it should be. But now on Saturday, guys, what I'm actually hunting in that bowling tournament is I'm looking to gain, hopefully, whatever whatever lies ahead for me. I'm looking to get my third straight first place win at bowling at Saturday's bowling tournament. So I'm looking to do some with that. Now these past couple weeks, actually no, we had our finale. We had our finale of bowling, guys, with the 2-time first place holder this past Tuesday, and also the week before that, as far as I know, the scores were fine. The scores were a bit better. So last week I did 179. I was having total domination, and then earlier this week I did suit a 147 and 138. So if I can require a bit more than that to get my third straight first place winners, I repeat, fellas. If I'm granted to take another first place as a two-time first place winner this coming Saturday, I shouldn't have any problems. I shouldn't have anything, not losing our breath, not losing our energy. But I've just been mainly focused going into Saturday, so I'm hoping nothing is going to be, hurt, having our hearts be poured out or anything. But as long as we have a good crowd section with a lot of cheering, not exactly booing, how we make bad shots, how we make good shots, we always want to keep focus. That's why focus is key. You want to make better shots. You want to focus on what you're doing. So, so my main strategy is doing what I do best for the first time in over 20 years. I'm hoping to gun for my third consecutive first place win at bowling on this coming Saturday, since we'll also be provided between, pretty much the usual, or pretty much some different than normal. We'll have, as far as I know, here's the thing: pizza, chips, and also good beverages down there. But, I always know how to try my hardest on Saturday, so I do have an average of 223, high single 205, high total 378, so if I can continue what I do to get my third straight first place win on Saturday, all bets are off. So we don't want to, separate the men from the boys, separate the Cowboys from aliens, or separate Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones to, rescue Marion in the first Dr. Jones movie. So, so I'll let you guys know how well I did when I get the time and when I get a chance to tell you guys the results. I mean, I still do very well on Saturday, but I don't want to jinx it. But alright, guys. As far as when the next stream is, maybe this weekend, if I could try to do Hogwarts Legacy on Sunday. You see, if my 2-9 is busy with somebody that invited her for the graduation party this coming Sunday, she won't be back till after. I mean, as far as I know, she probably won't be back till late Sunday night. But I know she's got the art studio. I mean, she only does the art studio Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm not sure what we want to have up. Here's the thing: I'm not certain what we want to do, what we want to have up our sleeves for, for tonight. So, but all we want to do is keep ourselves safe for Saturday. So we got my pickup time ready, and I wait till I still love and bail for 17 what's going on. So between the time and trying to get a ride back at the end. So, but no worries. We got enough to really handle. We got enough to, not to really beg or please. Well, we're good, guys. That's all we can do. So, guys, since we rescued Agrias, next week, next week is the, hold on. Next week is the 21st. So I believe next week we could tackle the next location. And that would be, as long as we're not turning into a crossroad. As long as we're not in a crossroads, we should be perfectly fine, or we'll find ourselves doing terrible at a different crucial point. So maybe Hogwarts Legacy on Sunday, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to have my main focus, not just you guys in the chat, but also everybody out of my 4 priorities. I'm going to have my main focus of what I can do. I have no doubt I'll take my third straight first place win on Saturday, so doing that bowling tournament, so depends how much they can feed me on it. But let's just take one shot at a time. But alright, guys, you guys know the arrangements. If you guys want to catch more FFT Ivalice Chronicles every Thursdays, based on the schedule. If I'm tired or I'm just resting, Make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Um, if you guys really have any questions or concerns, you guys can let me know in the chat, in the live chat, and the king and luckiest man can answer. I haven't brought a question in since last week, since um, based on the thoughts for Mortal Kombat 2. So, guys, can check out MK2. I've heard it's good. I've heard the battles were good, and so on and so forth. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. And have a repeat, if there's anything that we haven't got to today, or haven't took a big step on anything, you guys can let me know, and I can let you guys know. So there's enough to really acknowledge and capitalize on anything. But also, guys, the most important thing, the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. My mod's number has never changed. It's still been the same triple-digit number today. I'm still at 643 mods in total. But that's still a pretty good number. Pretty much a magical or majestic number here and there. So I'll take anything what we can really, not put inside our bodies, but keep everything else safe and stone. Enough to develop expectations and infill anything we've got in mind. But that's enough to really, situate yourself and get yourself in a position. We don't want to get ourselves, less motivating, so, or not doing what we want to do the right current way. So there's enough to really keep that in mind. But hold on a minute. Well, yeah, we'll see what else. Nothing's been coming to planning, guys, or enough to really capitalize on current stuff. So, but yeah, I repeat, guys, as king and the luckiest man, of course, guys, yes, knowledge is power. Anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we have to do is follow Sarah, guys, on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So I repeat, if she does not want to do Star Wars next week, if they want to invite somebody as a gamer from the art studio, that's fine. But I'm not sure if my 211 battle for 17 will my answer come down or not. I mean, we'll see. I mean, if she's spending 2 nights, that's okay. I mean, I'm fine with that as king and the luckiest man. As long as people don't have to cause violence, cause anything bad about anything, which should be fine. Which, I mean, she may be a gamer, but I don't believe she's done a live stream at all. But, I mean, we'll give her a chance. We'll give her a shot. We'll give her an opportunity. Besides, we'll see what we can do. But alright, guys, but I repeat, fellas, everything else will be fine. Everything else will be good to go. I have no doubt I should begin my third straight first place win at Saturday's bowling tournament. So, I'm not, here's the thing, guys. I'm not 100% sure how good my True Love for 9's going to be going. How much he's going to be plotting and how he's going to be taking something to her own control on Saturday. So, I mean, there's enough to watch out for. Especially for me, guys, as king and the luckiest man. So, I'll have enough what I can get between competition. Truthful, between easy or tough competition. But we'll see what happens. I'm just going to bring my A game, as I've been doing, to start the year. So, because I won my first ever tournament last year. I've done it for the second time at the start of January of 2026. And I have no brainer, or I have nothing else out of touch. That I will have something to bring to the table on Saturday, so be good to go. And enough to track. Alright, guys, speaking of other stuff, that's all we can do. That's all we can bring. And we can really take our time and keep a lot of patience. But alright, guys, if you guys want to help out the channel, I can help you guys when we get the time. We don't want to have bad measure towards anything. So, And also, guys, real quick, shout out to Donald Gibb. Donald Gibb passed away a couple days ago at the age of 71 due to health issues. If you guys don't know who Donald Gibb is, he recently played as Jackson in Bloodsport alongside Jean-Claude Van Damme as Frank Dukes in Bloodsport. Donald Gibb also was in Revenge of the Nerds. I don't believe David Spade was in the movie, but I do know Donald Gibb was one of the actors that was chasing around the nerds. He was also a martial arts character in Bloodsport, and so Donald Gibb was 71 this week. He died due to health issues. So may he rest in peace, and may God have mercy on his soul. So if you live enough to be 70, that's not bad of an age. If you want to talk about 80s or 90s, that's a good age to really pass the torch or pass around. But alright, guys, I thought I would drag Donald Gibb to the conversation real quick, but he did pass away a couple days ago, guys, at the age of 71 due to health concerns. Alright, guys, we won't wrap everything up for today, so the only way you guys can get my numbers up is to watch my live streams on the playlist, where you guys can find a way to play non-stop videos on the YouTube channel. You guys can do that to mine. It can help you guys as much as you can. But do not fall asleep if you're at work, so that's not the best way to do it. But we'll be fine. I mean, you guys have an understatement. I'm going to do well on Saturday. There's no doubt. I don't want to jinx it or shoot above 100. If I shoot above 100, I have no shot. My percentage would be way, way low to get my third straight first place win as a two-time first place winner, guys, in bowling. So that's been my favorite sport, and it was a good thing to protect our sport every Saturday. So, guys, I've been bowling for over 20 plus years. I am that damn good. I always am. Besides, if there's going to be frustration, it'll be on me. Not focusing well enough. But I focus as much as I can. But alright, guys. You guys can wish me luck. And you guys can wish my true love and I for 9 luck. We're ready. But on Saturday, guys, I repeat. And I will end on this. Whatever competition I bring to the table, whatever they bring to me, I will try to take my time on site making. And I'll tell them who the king and the luckiest man is. You guys know who I am. So, and you guys are my 4 priorities, along with you guys in the chat. So, along with our 643 mods together, but not to be off camp. Alright, guys. The only way we can get our channels up is doing something that makes a difference and doing something for each other. The only way we can do that, guys, is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream, guys. So we have our social media, our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube accounts. And yes, guys, our podcast services. Excuse me. Our podcast services, fellas. All around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. All together. And puzzle everything else that is complete. Alright, guys, that's going to wrap everything up for today. There's not much going on today. I do have 2 to 7 achieved by tomorrow. Not sure what my 211 barrel for 17 will officially be doing. But all I know is, guys, he's got a grad party from 5 to 8 Sunday night. So she will not be home this weekend on Saturday when we get back from the bowling tournament. So I repeat, I would do as much as I can to get my third straight first place win at that tournament. So I've been there and done that. But I have no doubt I might. It's no brainer. Besides, I am that good. If they want to show how good I am, I'll prove their ass what I can do. That's all there is to it. But yeah, my Musketeer for 9 for our future, guys. She's got a grand party on Sunday, and then she's going to be tired at the end of that. So, for this coming weekend to end. So, we'll be good to go. We don't want to pause. We don't want to brag or cause, violence. Alright, guys. You guys have a good rest of your Thursday. So maybe Hogwarts Legacy on Sunday. If not, you guys won't see me back here till next Thursday. So we'll see what happens. You guys have a good rest of your Thursday here in the morning. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. This is your King and your luckiest man signing off for today. I'm just going to relax, maybe continue what I've been doing on baseball and on my 4 priorities alongside RPGs. To keep everything else in mind, guys, RPGs equals ending English RPGs, the RPGs, but the most important thing you can have in front of it is Final Fantasy. So keep everything else in tabs, guys. Keep everything else in touch. So you guys have a good rest of your morning. Have a good rest of your Thursday, guys. And keep your eyes open. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And until then, good luck for me, guys, on Saturday to try to get my third straight first place win at bowling this coming Saturday at the tournament, which I have no doubt, hopefully. Keep everything else on our side. And, yeah, we'll be refreshing and we'll be good to go towards this weekend. So, guys, have a good rest of your Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And I will see you guys